Hello and welcome to Testing Shark Tank Season 3 products. This is episode 3 and this is the first time I'm doing a food and beverages version only. Food version only, beverages version only, because we've done fashion beauty items before. I promise you I'm already working on episode 4 while you're watching episode 3. So there's a lot of really cool brands that I've been discovering through this series. Let's not make this intro any longer and let's dive right into this first impressions. To tell you that I am hungry or that I am very excited for tonight's dinner would be an understatement. I barely had any iftari today purely because I wanted to save my appetite for what I'm about to eat and try next. We are about to try the Chef Ling Korean Ramen Kit. I ordered this off Amazon. It is the mini kit. I really like the packaging, so straight off the bat, I want to compliment them on this. The design, it seems very on brand, and if this actually lands up being nice, I can see myself ordering even their sushi kit, which actually did catch my eye, but I was thinking usse totally pet bharega nahi bharega. I was a little bit confused about. Over here it has a little bit of a breakdown on everything that the kit includes. Your gochujang, I don't know how to pronounce it correctly, sauce, ramen noodles, premium light soy sauce, distilled vinegar, seasoning sauce, chili oil, Korean chili thread, ramen broth powder, and the gochugaru. Literally everything is mentioned over here. The only and main feedback I really have on their packaging is that at the back, literally where the instructions are, the sticker comes over it and you can't read this part, which is just a slightly off-putting thing, especially for someone like me who has never cooked Korean food before. I am hoping कैसे खोलूं मैं? ये तो हिल ही नहीं रहा है. I am hoping that the inside of this does somehow still have another set of instructions or something of that sort, a QR code that will take me to their website for the exact recipe. Okay, opening this up is not the easiest experience, but I think I got it. Everything is in here. Acha, I see a paper, so I guess there will be some instructions written separately as well. Yes, we do. Okay. I can take back my feedback on the packaging, although just having that on the outside might lead to more people picking it up and purchasing it on shelves if you're shopping it offline. I don't even know if they sell offline, but that's just where my head is going. I'm gonna go ahead and follow these instructions and you're gonna follow along with me. Let's move this to the kitchen. Okay, so I've moved things into the kitchen and I was going through this. I opened up the box to see everything inside and I've already run into two problems. Number one, on the box there was a whole lot of things written here which made it seem like all of them would be inside the box. Not the case. We have only 4 things that came out of the box, so I want to kind of just call that out. I still at the same time have to say that their packaging is really nice. They've got some gochujang, some gochugaru over here. They've given us some ramen broth powder and of course the ramen noodles. There's nothing else. The box otherwise is empty. So I just want to kind of call that out. It's okay. I do cook Asian food at home quite often, so I do have things like chili oil, vinegar, light soy sauce. I do have those things in the house, but I just want to call that out in case you order this as well, to keep that in mind. Second thing, after you open it, it kind of tells you you will need additional, and then it mentions like the meat or whether you want to have mushrooms, diced carrot. Of course, this is a little bit of common sense on this particular point because you may want to add your own toppings and you're not going to put everything inside the box. Having said that, I feel like if you are purchasing it with the idea that this is going to include absolutely everything, then I just want to again give you that little bit of a disclaimer. So even though this is a mini kit, it says do it yourself literally over there. Just that not all of the ingredients are included in the kit. I do not know if I missed any of this communication on their website. Okay, wait. Again, their sticker. I guess I didn't read it. Over here, it says something about additional ingredients. Hang on. So I want to kind of, I'm doing this for the first time as we go along. For vegetarian, it says something, choose your, and then I can't read the rest because of the sticker. And for non-vegetarian, use chicken, shrimp, something, so shrimp, obviously, or meat of your choice. But again, sticker placement, I didn't get around to actually reading that. It is in a different color, but I guess this is kind of on me in that case. But yes, making it easier for your experience. Keep all of those things on hand. I love mushrooms and I love paneer. I literally ran out of those things day before yesterday, so I've Swiggy Instamarted those things. This is not sponsored, just I use it quite often in general. And you can use Blinkit, Zepto, whatever have you, and I have gone ahead and ordered them. It's gonna take 12 minutes to reach my house, so at least in the meanwhile, what I'm gonna start doing is I'm gonna put a large pot of water to boil so I can get the ramen noodles cooked up, boiled up, and then we're just gonna go from there. I'm sure voiceover Anam has already given you guys all the tea, but I feel like I need to say it myself. Cooking this was a little bit of a mess. Even as someone who cooks at home food every day, yes, I've never cooked Korean food before, and yes, the paneer being slightly burnt is definitely on me. I thought I switched off the gas, I switched off the other gas, that's on me. But this was not like an easy DIY thing. Like, I feel like in my head, it was like, oh, everything's there. Da 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 da. No, I needed like 3 separate gases to do 3 separate things. I wouldn't say this is beginner friendly unless you're really going in prepped, if that makes sense. Again, this could be completely me because I know nothing about Korean food. I'm just going to come to you from the point of view of someone who is a general foodie, can tell good from bad taste, and cooks decently well when it comes to Indian and even Asian food, but I've never cooked Korean food. In fact, even eating Korean food is something that I'm not particularly familiar with. So it'll be very sadharan personal experience. But my god, when the paneer started to cook, the flavor of the gochugaru, sorry, was so good, was so good. Having said that, yeah, this was still a lot of work in terms of cooking experience. It was a lot. Like, it didn't feel like DIY anything. It was basically just many ingredients that I was given. I think it would have been more interesting to, if there were ways to package this differently. I don't know. Just speaking out loud. Also, disclaimer, in case you're new to this channel and you don't know, I cannot do very spicy food. So you're also going to get that POV from me over here. Smells good, not gonna lie. Let's go. Okay. While I was pouring the ramen noodles into this bowl, I was like, I should have had a backup dish for dinner tonight. But this tastes really nice. It's not too spicy. Like, I can do it. I can handle it. I had thanda pani on backup over here, which I don't need, surprisingly. I think it might work that the mushroom was just in a broth separately, so it gives that good, slightly blandish to the lots of flavor, that balance. Okay, hang on. I'm liking this more than I thought it would. It was a lot of work, but if it is worth it, then maybe my opinion will change. My paneer is definitely burnt, you guys. But this is on me, like I said. But let's give it a go. I can't like waste it. I want to try and see if I can still have it. Okay, the base is definitely more crunchy than I intended. Okay, this is really amazing. What? I didn't put the entire portion of everything in here because I was like, I don't know, first let's taste it. If this is how it is, and if I finish this, then I have more to dive into. Question mark? I can't believe that the mess is coming down to being worth it. This tastes delicious. I have only once ever looked up attempting Korean food. I wanted to do it for another video. And I remember reading these two ingredients or sauces or chutneys or whatever you want to call them, gochugaru and gochujang, even at that time. And I remember looking up online and I couldn't find it anywhere. So in my head, I'm seeing this more as an ingredient sourcing thing than a DIY kit. Because DIY, in my eyes, is when more things are pre-mixed and kept. I'm sure that gochugaru and gochujang in themselves, like I saw, there were seeds coming out and separating from the gochujang. And there was like a lot of course, both of them individually also consist of other things and that is already pre-made. So I don't want to make it sound like I don't know that, I understand that. But it just seems like a lot of ingredient sourcing rather than a DIY kit. I'm curious to see how that sushi one might be. Go ahead and leave a sushi emoji down below in the comments if you want me to try the sushi kit as well in the next part of trying out Shark Tank brands. This one, this took a turn in the most unexpected way. I did not see this coming. I can't believe it, but I'm about to give this a solid 9 out of 10. And the only reason I'm cutting that one point out is because I wish, like I said already, I've already kind of given feedback that could have been even simpler perhaps. But taste-wise, flavor-wise, even the way they've written their instructions down on that paper, by the way, top notch. I'm gonna continue eating. Probably go ahead and get more from the kitchen that I've left behind. Portion was quite good for the noodle as well. And the sauces, I have leftover sauces even besides what I cooked today. So in case I actually do feel like revisiting this and doing this much work, but it's been worth it. So yeah, I might just. Okay, I'm gonna continue eating. You guys move on to the next brand. Next up, I have a brand that I'm actually really excited to go ahead and try. But in the middle of all of this food and drink stuff, I have a little bit of a beauty update to give you. This is your reminder that sunscreen is something you have to use in absolutely every season. And summer mein to you can't miss it at all. I just restocked my Aqualogica Illuminate Plus Dewy Sunscreen. All you need is 2 fingers worth of sunscreen applied all over the face. This is the one that comes with wild berries and alpha arbutin. These help really illuminate and hydrate up your skin. Not just make it look super juicy and hydrated, but also from the inside. This formula comes with SPF 50 PA++++ and helps protect your skin from UVA and UVB rays. Apart from this, it also comes with its unique water lock technology that helps fight all that sweat and also protects your skin from blue light. It's an 80-gram pack. The formula is super non-sticky, very lightweight, and it blends beautifully onto the skin. You know, sunscreens like this not only protect your skin from everything I already mentioned, but it is also very useful if you're trying to fight uneven skin tone. Yes, sun exposure actually can damage your skin to that extent as well. This formula is also completely fragrance-free, color-free, quick absorbing, and it does not have any white cast, which is the best part. You know what to do if you want to get your hands on this product. I'm going to leave links for you down below in the description section. If you're hoping to shop this from the Aqualogica website with a discount, I'm leaving my code on the screen and down below in the description section for you. It is Anam2024. Apart from their own website, of course, the product is also available on Nykaa, Amazon and Flipkart. Thank you so much, Aqualogica, for partnering with me for a small portion of today's video. Now, let's get back to all of those food reviews. Okay, so the brand at hand is Honey Twigs. Now, Honey Twigs does mess-free honey. I have a taster's pack over here, which is 18 sachets. So that's 3 sachets for 6 flavors, and I paid 385 rupees for this. I'll leave a link to it down below. Which roughly translates to about 21 rupees per sachet, which basically does make this product and brand quite premium. But we're going to put it to the test anyway. Around this time of the day, I'm looking for a little bit of a sugar kick. I'm looking for something sweet. I need a pick-me-up. This plastic packing all over it. I need to get something to open it so that we can try it. Oh, cool, yeah. The packaging is really nice. It says changing the way the world uses honey. And on the side, it says best ingredients, ethical beekeeping, never harvest 100% honey, letting the bees flourish. That's nice. 100% traceable. Every batch traced to the source. So some really reassuring. Oh, there's more on the other side. High quality, certified by international labs, no adulteration, no artificial color and zero added sugar, and plastic neutral. That's amazing. Let's go ahead and try this out. Really nice packaging, I have to say. Like very well constructed, well designed. We have 6 flavors in here. Himalayan honey, natural lychee honey. You know I love lychee. Cinnamon infused honey, vanilla infused honey, lemon infused honey, and turmeric infused honey. I really like the packaging of these individual little packets, if you want to call them that as well, because there's like a paper sleeve, and then here you have the plastic packet holding the honey inside, which is really very well done, very well designed. What flavor shall we try? I think I want to try the lychee one because we're in lychee season and I've been obsessed with lychees. Natural lychee honey. So this is supposed to be mess free, so I'm hoping that it opens with ease. It literally has tear here written over here. I don't know if that's coming through on cam. Not bad at all, huh? Very like fuss free opening. I'm about to just go ahead and try honey, just like new kind of sugar cake, non-sugar cake I'm giving myself. बचपन में हम क्या खाते थे ऐसे चूस के? It was like a little orange Fanta but not Fanta with ice. I can't remember. But this tastes like honey. It tastes like any other honey. I can't taste the lycheeness in it. Am I supposed to taste it? I mean, if you're flavored, then it should, na? 8 grams, by the way. Tastes like any other honey, to be honest. Like, I'm not getting a flavor in it. Wait, let's try something. I'll use this later, don't worry. I will not let it go to waste. Let's try something with a little bit more flavor. Vanilla or cinnamon? Let's try vanilla. I mean, if you can't get the vanilla, then the whole flavor angle might be a fail. Everything else is very impressive. It's a premium honey brand. Lots of great claims. Packaging really impressed me for sure. Guys, can one of y'all taste these honeys with me? They all taste like honey. Like, yeah, I'm not getting a vanilla. I'm not getting a lychee from the lychee or anything like that. Little, like, I was expecting flavor, ना? अगर आपने flavored honey बनाएंगे तो मुझे थोड़ा सा flavor चाहिए. Do you want something healthy to taste, Ash? Like a cinnamon or something? It's not. Come on, Cam. What does it taste like to you? Which flavor?
Plain honey. Let me check it out.
Ash, you want to try something healthy? You want to try there's Himalayan honey. She's very healthy. That's why I'm giving all these healthy options. There's lemon. There's cinnamon. I know you like.
Is this light? Is this vanilla?
Yeah. But could you tell that it's vanilla?
Like just maybe like 5-10% at the end that little taste.
मुझे कुछ नहीं आ रहा vanilla का. Try that. It's supposed to be lychee. Now I get really excited when someone says lychee. Lychee ice cream, lychee fresh fruit. I'll take anything and everything. I'm like, is this a fail from a taste point of view?
This you can taste. Yeah.
Cinnamon?
Yeah.
But
Lychee-
cinnamon
lychee
is
doesn't
also
have-
strong.
It's strong
by nature, right? Like as a flavor. Yeah.
This you can.
Oh,
It has a very strong.
cinnamon flavor? Yes, check.
This has nothing.
Try this. Wait, should we test the others also then? Lemon, Himalaya, turmeric. I don't know what turmeric, but that's
This
the
is
only one I'm getting flavor in.
Because it's very strong.
Okay, let's try lemon then. You want to try turmeric or Himalayan? Props on concept, props on all the good stuff. But if you're doing flavors, then the flavors have to taste like flavors. You know what I mean? Lemon tastes like oh, lovely. This is really nice. This is really nice. Lemon, like I would put that in an iced tea in this hot summer. सब mix हो गया.
No taste. Himalayan.
No, the lemon I would put in a lemon iced tea. It is that good. वो भी चखो. कौन सा वाला है?
This is Himalayan. This is lemon.
If you're looking for flavor, I do not recommend. I feel like I'm gonna put like the lemon one in like a little ginger water at night and sip it and try it again. Maybe do another review for you late at night. All the strong flavors are coming through. The subtle ones, nothing is coming through. So the 3 that I think flavors could tell flavors vibe was lemon, turmeric, and cinnamon. This is nice, huh? Like,
You like it?
yeah, like it's haldi. proper haldi. I was so upset about the lychee one. I thought the lychee one is going to give me like,
absolutely loaded.
yeah, I was saying it'll give me some like lychee flavor. Up next, we're going to be trying an iced tea brand that was featured on Shark Tank Season 3, and I am talking about this brand called FOMO. In case you're wondering why there's uneven levels of liquid inside it, let me tell you, this is my second attempt at filming this clip. Let's just say I didn't have enough energy in the first one, and so I took a break and I've come back. But I've already sipped these, so I need to tell you what I like and don't like about them. Before I really get into the taste, let's talk about the packaging. The packaging feels really nice and premium, I have to say. I paid about 594 rupees for a pack of 6 of these. So I got 3 peach iced teas and 3 lemon iced teas. That comes to about 99 rupees per bottle for about 300 ml, which is really truly not bad. Now coming to the taste, I'm gonna sip it again. Even though I've already kind of tried it, I have to tell you, this one has a very mild lemony fragrance in it. And just like I tried it a couple of hours ago, the taste is strictly average. Like if you were going to Google how to make lemon iced tea at home, I have no idea how that's done, by the way, then you could probably do this at home. However, the peach iced tea, I have to tell you, oh god, even the smell of it takes me back to like, is it going to be really creepy? Okay, so you know how like growing up when we tried peach iced tea for the first time I tried peach iced tea, let me share my experience, was sitting by the poolside in the summer, going to a club when our friends and I would go swimming in the afternoons and then have some peach iced tea on the side. That is literally the memory this smell is taking me back to. It smells exactly the way peach iced tea should smell, which is delicious. And this you cannot make at home. I don't think it's possible to make this at home. I mean, unless you're like a really brilliant chef or something. It tastes absolutely amazing. It tastes like you've landed up by the pool at a restaurant. That is how good this one is. A couple of call outs to keep in mind over here. First off, I love that they have a vibe check, 1 sip at a time, written on their labels. Really cool. Cute touch. This says 0 table sugar, sweetened with honey for the peach flavor, and it has no preservatives, no artificial colors, which means it obviously has some real color, I'm guessing, like from the fruit. No artificial flavors or colors. Contains added flavor, but underneath it said no artificial flavor, so the flavoring must also come from the fruit, which is a good thing. It says added natural and nature identical flavoring substances. So make of that as you will. And this one over here says organic desi khand. I don't know what khand is. I'll have to Google it. And it says 0 refined sugar. This says also the same stuff. Contains added flavor, added natural and nature identical flavoring substances, no preservatives, no artificial colors or flavors. Building an Indian dream, real ingredients of India. That is really cool that they say that. They have this written here and not here. Okay, it's kind of weird how their labeling isn't consistent. I mean, that's a really cool line for the brand. It should be on all packaging. Nah? I literally got the whole carton when I ordered this from Amazon. I have a few more. I have 6, so I have 4 more. I feel like maybe I should take this to Iftari and have my family try it and give you some reactions as well. Natural honey and tea tend to sediment, shake well and consume, which is what I did. If I had to recommend you go ahead and buy one of these, I think your 99 rupees would be 100% worth it on the peach flavor. Unless you really like lemon iced tea and want to give it a go. I mean, I do really like lemon iced tea, but this one is a no-go for me. This I will even repurchase. I liked it that much. And with that, FOMO gets a thumbs up from me. I would give this a solid. If I liked this more, I'd probably give it a 10 out of 10. But because I like this and not this, I think I'm going to go ahead and give it a 9 out of 10. Today, the brand we're going to go ahead and try is called So Rich. It is 100% natural ingredients. That's what it says, with no added sugar, more protein, more fiber, 0 rubbish. Assorted bars. It says the image is shown for pictorial representation. The actual product may vary. Okay, fair enough. It's got a bunch of nuts and stuff going on over here. Today we're going to try out at least one of these bars. There's 5 or 6 of them in here by the looks of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. and they all seem to be in different colors. You have a dessert bar with fig and apricot fudge, chocolate chunk energy bar multigrain enriched with millets, dry fruit no added sugar bar with mixed dry fruits, orange cashew energy bar multigrain again with enriched millets, and then the rest are basically just repeats of the others, I think. Okay, there's one different one that says nuts and seeds energy bar multigrain. Let's go ahead and try this one today because there's no way I can actually go ahead and have all of them. That's just not possible. I do usually like nuts and seeds, so if this is good, and of course the others too, I'm likely to become a repeat customer. I'm also in the market in general for good protein bars, energy bars. This is quite delicious. Nuts and seeds in general can very easily feel a little bit bitter, especially with no added sugar. This is feeling really nice, not sweet at all, very nice and nutty, very rich. I'm not gonna call it heavy because I feel heavy has like a slightly negative connotation, but it is nice and filling, I will say. Me like it. I wanted to have a quick snack before heading out for something else, and I thought we'd try another one of the flavors. This is the Energy Bar Multigrain enriched with millets vanilla almond variant from So Rich. I didn't address the price earlier, but by the way, considering these cost about 25 rupees a pop, I don't think they're expensive at all, considering they're packed with like good ingredients. If it was junk food, then I'd probably like, do you want to make that purchase? I paid 200 something and 8 of them came inside, so really not bad. I liked the previous one. Let's find out how this is. I'm impressed. Like, when it comes to super healthy protein bars and stuff and with millets, not particularly expecting to love the taste, but this is actually quite nice. This is getting a thumbs up from me. I was looking for a little sweet pick-me-up, and I thought it would be a great time to try out the dessert bar with no added sugar in the flavor of nutty fudge brownie from So Rich. I have clearly completely lost track of what flavors I've tried and what I haven't, but this I haven't tried, that I know. Let's go ahead and try this out. I like how teeny they are and easy to eat. I kind of like will put that as a pro and not a con at all. This tastes like an actual like fudge. It's got some seeds in there as well. I really like this. It's very yummy. Can't believe there's no added sugar in there. Perfect pick-me-up that's guilt-free. The next brand I tried out has been Cup G. Now, Cup G is a brand that does green teas in different flavors, and they have these healthy, like health management benefits to the way they do their green tea and all of that. They're there in so many flavors. The one I actually picked, very surprisingly, even for me very surprisingly, was the Kokum one. My mom is always going on about how Kokum is so good for your health. There are so many benefits. I decided to take the entire pack and go to my mom's house. We actually had guests over that night. So we basically did a group review of this particular green tea. Now, when it comes to the flavor, everyone was really happy with it, and everybody was super impressed with the packaging. The fact that they had this mesh layer underneath, inside of which the loose green teas were there and all of that was really nice. I personally also found this very travel friendly. I feel like if you're someone who is on the go, who does a lot of weekend trips, who does a lot of picnics, that kind of stuff, and you want to take your favorite tea flavor along, this is the best way. No, I was going to say great way, but I realized it's the best way to do that. You just have to take some garam pani and put it in. However, there is a but over here. While the flavor of the tea was amazing and there was super ease of use to put it in and all of that, we realized that the first few chai ka cups were a lot better. They turned out a lot better because the water was scathingly hot. And ऐसे नहीं कि kettle के अंदर पानी ठंडा पड़ गया, but even when it hit lukewarm, it stopped mixing in with the loose, green tea leaves at the base of the cup. Coming from a price point, I feel like it's not bad at all because I paid about 220 rupees and you get 10 cups. So 22 bucks a cup is really fab. But you have to keep in mind that the pani has to be scathingly hot throughout. Otherwise, you will have to take something and sit and mix it in and mish and, kind of start mixing it in a way that's a little bit more aggressive, which defeats the whole point of this. The ease of convenience kind of goes for a toss. That's the one caveat I want to put out there. From a flavor point, from a packaging point, from an idea point even, I think this is fantastic. It is sugar free, but it does have stevia, so I want to put it out there because like I have some friends who are diabetic and they actually even refrain from stevia. I don't know the cause behind this. I mean, of course they've done their research and so they share their point of view on this with me but I just wanted to share that with you, put it out there. Everyone loved it in terms of taste. The packaging is a little bit of a hit and miss, concept very strong. I just think that they need to do something that allows us to maybe close it and shake it when required or something like that, without getting aggressive about it. And the tip that I'm going to give you if you go ahead and try this, like I said, is extremely hot water. Enjoyed this video. If you have any specific brands you think I may have missed, not just from season 3 but also the previous seasons, please go ahead and drop their names down below in the comment section. You know I'm always reading, liking, hearting and responding to each and every one of them, and I'm so open to suggestions. If you have any ideas, if you have any feedback, thoughts, I'm listening. I'm gonna see you in the next one. Mwah! Thank you so much for watching. Bye!